everyone. This is the most awaited moment of the year for me, when I bring before you a lot of people who have been in our courses, who got in touch with us because they cleared NET, and many of them got JRF as well. A great moment of pride and fulfillment. Congratulations to all of you here who are with me in the Zoom meeting. What is the latest update with our exam? I need to take a look at it. Would you like to know, guys? I have a diagram here. We got 219 responses in our Google Doc, and 172 people have cleared NET. 25 have got JRF, and they have said that we have helped them with our paid courses or open courses. So that's almost 200. Congratulations to each and every one of you. The aim of this session is to congratulate, felicitate these people and lots more who have cleared this exam. The people who are here are by no means the only ones. They are not special in any way. They are just a random sampling of the large number of people who have cleared. Altogether in this exam in English, 4,141 people have cleared. And that is a very small percentage of the entire people who took the exam, out of which we have 4.5% according to our Google Doc. I'm so proud of this. And I should say that people who have passed, who said that we have helped them, have passed because of their work, because of their persistent efforts. What we have been able to give them is a method, is a direction, some materials. Rest is in your hands. That is why with your work, if you don't give up, you will be able to pass, all of you. That is what all of us believe. The people who are here with me are from different parts of India, from different universities. Some are from big universities, some not so much. Some have been studying for a long time. Some have passed first time. There are a wide variety of people who actually represent all of you who are listening to us in YouTube. There is a lot of hope, a lot of positive hope about the future that we can all have. That is what we will learn from the people who have passed. The first and most important question for anybody who is preparing for this exam is, how do you manage this vast topic? There's so many resources, so many authors, works. How do you remember all this? And how do you manage your stress that comes from trying to bridge the gap between your MA and your NET aspiration? It's a big question, actually. There is with us here, Upasana Chatterjee. She has been a long-time student at Vallath. She has joined 3 courses by now, and she has been preparing, obviously going through a lot of stress. Would you like to throw light on your stress management and your preparation, Upasana?
Yes, ma'am, of course. So I would like to say that, first of all, people who are from most universities, people who are not from JNU or DU, they mostly do not have any idea of what exactly to prepare. It's such a vast syllabus. I'm from Calcutta University, and when I first joined your course in June 2023, I was shocked that about 80% syllabus I do not know anything about it. And so, of course, I was really stressed. And I don't know if you remember this, ma'am, but I remember that in my probably second week through the course, I texted you at 12:30 a.m. in the midnight, and I was like, ma'am, I don't know what to do. Just people are answering so much, and I don't know what to do about it. I'm trying my best, and still I can't remember half the things that they are remembering. And so actually later I realized that okay, some people are better in Indian literature, but I have my basics cleared in British literature, so I can answer them better. So I would say that yeah, it's very natural to feel stressed,
Yeah,
and so it's not only like it's not just you who is feeling stressed. It's the same for everyone. Once you find out that it's like a ocean, you are bound to feel stressed. So I
right,
would
right.
say that before exam you have to understand that you won't understand or even study everything in a day, but you have to understand that with 5 to 6 months time it's easy to not easy, like it's
Possible.
actually yeah achievable to qualify for net. So
Thank you. Yeah.
I would say that whenever you're feeling stressed, you should study, like sit down with the book and study. And when that feels like too much, that okay, what should I study? You need to just get out of your house for 5 minutes and clear your mind. Or you can meditate. I used to meditate 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening, and that cleared my mind a lot.
Thank
And
you, Pasna. That's a lot of positivity that you have given us. You just have to sit down and do it and clear your mind.
yeah,
Good.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, we'll come back to you, Pasna. Neetu, you are from EFL University and you have cleared net this time. Did you feel the same like Upasna? There was so much that you did not know. Were you stressed as well? How did you manage?
Yeah, when I joined the extended offline batch, like I felt like a knife without a point. And like I sharpened myself only through like pure material, ma'am's material, the method, and your strategy. But I modified it by myself. Like since every person is different by themselves, I can't focus on like I can sit more and study. So what I do is like I'll be listening to your voice, the
Yeah.
audio recording, and I use your material and read along with that. And then I had a group with my friends, Adwait, then Stefan. We three of us studied together through conference call, and I worked out previous year question papers a lot.
Mhm.
So like mostly I used ma'am's strategy, and I think I wasn't consistent. That's why I only qualified net. I wasn't able to crack JRF, and I hope like I can do that next time.
Yeah, good.
So consistency is needed,
Very
and
good.
that
Consistency. Yeah, I have heard a lot of students who cleared say this, that consistency is very important. You should not give up in between. You should not be lazy in between. Every day at the same time, study. And as you said, everybody has a different method. That's why I have live videos, audio recordings, this, that, quizzes, something there for everybody. I hope you made use of all
yeah
that.
even because of yeah even because of your rapid fire, whenever I hear like bend in the river, bend in the Ganges, the name of the authors just crack in my mind. So like
Great.
even if someone calls me from sleep, I can answer. So the rapid fire also helped me a lot.
Whatever you studied thoroughly, right? Not just superficially.
Yeah.
You must have revised a lot also.
Yeah, we even study like more deep, and now we are having textual analysis. So that
Yes.
helps us a lot.
In our offline batch, we are having textual analysis. Yes. That reminds me of the various ways in which you have to revise and, tell me, Shilpa, how was your preparation? You passed with JRF. And guys, Shilpa is from a 2-month batch that I did in Ernakulam. There is in Ernakulam a study center that we run at Bharat Mata College. Shilpa and Fatima, both friends, both of whom are here, attended these 2 months. I'm sure you must have studied a lot before that also. How did you get your JRF? Tell us more about it.
Ma'am, you will say that I have to say the full credit goes to you and all that. And you will say that I did nothing, it is your work. But what kind of work that I had to do, where to work, how to work, and just motivating me to work, that all goes to you, ma'am. And I cannot stress enough that I wouldn't be here without you. Stress management, I had joined J23 previously, but I was doing my MA at the time, so it was very hectic for me, and I couldn't attend all the classes. So obviously, I wasn't consistent there, and I couldn't qualify net by a few percentile. And this time, I my parents didn't allow me to take a gap year or a gap, so I joined a B.Ed course, and my timetable was like this. In the morning, from mom's classes from 7 to 8, I had to attend online classes. Then I go to my B.Ed classes from 9 to 4. Then I come back, and from 6 to 7 to whenever mom ends class. It usually lags on. But that was my online classes from Monday to Friday. And Saturday and Sunday, we meet mom at at the study center in Ernakulam. Actually, people ask me, like, with 2 months a course, how can you pass NET? And I just have to say that, ma'am, this course was practically tailor-made for me. And the first thing you said to us in the class, in the introductory class, was that maybe people studying for 1 year may not be able to pass as much as a crash course can give you. That's what you said. Maybe a
Crash
crash
course is
course,
very intensive, yes.
very intensive, because we are in that fire. We are burning in the stress and the tension. And literally, me and Fatima, we were there together. We didn't go for any other outside activity. We were completely meditating in Wallet's test. So I just have to tell you, we didn't miss a single class. I always listen to the audio recordings and just listen to ma'am. And she never gave me any stress. Whenever we were feeling stressed, you were like, okay, take a break, do something, let's do something fun, let's do some quizzes. You always changed the energy so that we weren't
Yeah.
sleepy or tired. And
And
we wanted.
Shilpa, from what you said, I understand that you did a lot of learning in the classroom itself. Instead of just listening and then wanting to go back home and revise it again, you must have learned in the class and remembered from the class
Yes.
itself.
Yes, of course, because I'm an auditory learner, so I learn better when I listen. So each ma'am has a lot of materials, a lot of lectures, different kinds of things that suits each learner. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
have to take
Shilpa, tell
what
us, what was your
suits you.
mark? You got
Uh,
JRF?
yeah, I got 210 out of 300, but
Yeah.
I think I scored more with paper one. I
Oh,
got
really?
yeah, I got 72 out of 100, I guess, in paper
Wow.
one.
Princey from Valat, she was a previous student at Valat, and she is now working with us. She is also a JRF holder. She has also cleared GATE. Princey, throw a little light on what is the cutoff this time and what is this percentage. Everybody is confused about it generally.
So, as we know, ma'am, this time there was no percentile. So, actually, that made it a bit easier to understand how much we need to score. So, for general category, that is unreserved, the cutoff for NET was 182, and the cutoff for JRF was 208. So, when you divide it by 2, you get how many questions you need to do correct.
Yeah.
Like the cutoff might vary next time a bit up low, it might go up, or it might become a bit less, but it will be somewhere near that. Then
Right.
for OBC and NCL, the OBC NCL, the cutoff for NET was 160 and cutoff for JRF was 194. Then for EWS, the NET cutoff was 162 and JRF cutoff was 198. Then for SC, the NET cutoff was 148 and JRF cutoff was 180.
Yeah.
And ST, NET cutoff was 146 and JRF cutoff was 176.
Okay. Princey, we have a Telegram group
Yes,
called
ma'am.
Wallet.in public group. Can you make an analysis of this? What is the cutoff this time? How many questions you have to get correct? How many questions in paper one? How many questions in paper two? And
Yeah,
post it in the public group so that anybody who has any confusion can take a look at it.
sure, ma'am, I'll do that.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Now, coming back to Shilpa. Shilpa, I can see that the engine of your preparation is right here, Fatima. And we were just talking about paper one. I just noticed that Neetu also mentioned Advait, who is also with us. People studying together in groups, it works really, really well. Before we go to Advait, can you talk to us, Fatima? And I know personally that you like paper one. Tell us, how do we make paper one easy as a student? I
Uh,
personally believe that paper one is not a monster. We need to let our audience know, our students, in YouTube know this. Fatima.
Ma'am, with paper one, I find it very fun actually. As we do English, on the other hand, it's like a full on series of things that we have to memorize and then just read from here, write there, point
Yeah.
there, memorize this, that, all of that. But paper one makes our brain start to function. I know that, okay, that might sound a bit prejudiced, but yeah, for me, what helped the most was practice. This was my third attempt writing net, but to be honest, this was my first attempt with having worked on it, with having put an effort into studying. And in those 2 months that we did with you, you gave us time to practice our mathematical, analytical skills. Reshma ma'am, Aparna ma'am, it's incredible how patient they are, how approachable they are. You can ask them literally any stupid question, and they would actually give you what you want, the right explanation. No matter how many times you ask them to repeat it, they actually do repeat it that many times. So, that is the most important part when it came to paper one. You have to practice, even if it's something that you were very good at one point in your life back in school or something. You need that, you need to reignite that part of you through writing it down, through, like a little bit, like what is the percentage of this? Sometimes you even need to find simple formulas. These classes help you remember those simple formulas, and those help save so much time. There are
Yes.
shortcuts to everything. And another fact is that, uh, personally, I believe that, contradictory to what everyone thinks, there is no one answer, no one method to reach a final conclusion for paper one. There
Yeah.
are multiple ways, and we found that out personally in the offline session. The teacher taught one method, and I was like, no, maybe we can do this way as well. And that sort of an interaction, it was amazing for me. Paper one sessions, I had so much fun doing it.
Fatima, I want to take you to every single class I teach, make them listen to this passionate, imaginative way that you have approached paper one. Everybody who is in the session is listening to you like this and wow, changing a little bit, you know? Wow, thank you, Fatima, for that. You are right. Paper one is so in here in your brain. It's not about memorizing or just getting it out in the paper somehow. It is about your reason, your analysis, your connection. If you're good at paper one, you'll become very good at analytical questions in paper two, I think. What do you say? Jigisha, you've
Yes,
got.
definitely.
Yes, Fatima. Jigisha, let's go to Jigisha. What do you say? She has got her JRF. She has been preparing for some time. She got NET in the year 2022 when she was a student at Vallat. And now she has got JRF. Maybe you are the right person to tell us about the analytical questions and how to manage them. It's not all about memorizing, is it, Jigisha? And I think there is a paper one in paper two. What do you say?
What I'll say about analytical questions is that one should learn to read well. You should read the questions really well in the exam hall with all the tension in your mind, with all the stress to complete the question paper. You should approach the question. Uh, when we have an analytical question, cool down your mind, read it, and answer it. That's the only thing I did. Uh,
Many people
so
make mistakes without reading calmly. I know that. Yeah.
yes, yes. Most people know the answer, and many people do. What they do is they read half of the sentence, half of the lines, and I know the answer, and they just mark
Oh,
the question.
yeah.
So that is also wrong. Read the
I-
question
yeah, yeah, yeah.
completely and then answer.
And Jigisha, many people just forget what they studied in the exam. Their mind goes blank, they say. I know personally that you have an amazing method of revising, and you are a person who has controlled your emotions in your studies. I like the way you study. Tell us more about it.
Yeah. I applied a technique for that because generally in the exam hall, because I have attempted before in the year 2023 March, in the December 22 cycle exam, actually that was held in March, I qualified NET. But what I felt that I couldn't qualify JRF because of a few points, because I couldn't recollect answers at the exam hall. I felt that I knew the answer, but at that very point of time, I couldn't recollect it. So, what I did this time, for this time, I used to study during my study time. And maybe a half an hour before I was going to sleep, I used to just sit on my bed without all my books, without any notes, without my mobile or any sources of information that were for me, without anything. I just used to sit and used to brainstorm myself. I used to question myself and answer myself. I used to see how much I have learned and how much quickly I can recollect everything. So this has helped me a lot. Even before the day of the exam, I was doing this. So this has helped me a lot in
That's a
recollecting.
beautiful technique. Yes. Thank you for that. I'm writing it down so that I can tell the current students. What about you, Advait? Did you study a lot? Were you mugging up everything? How did you study? Did you, by nature, do you read a lot? What is it that helped you pass this exam?
Actually, when I came, the way I used to read something was, take a lot of time and dig deep in it. And I don't know, sometimes, so when one day I remember in your class, you are saying that, so when you read something, you should be able to, you should have that discretion where you should be able to see out something that is not needed. For instance, if the whole encyclopedia is something, that is really, really good. That really helped me while studying. Just mugging up that wouldn't help. But when you read it, you should, like, as you were saying, you should search it on Google, and read something on that, and it really helps. For instance, there was this question about John Clare. Um, I think he was like a neoclassical poet or something. I don't remember it exactly. But when I was reading your encyclopedia, I just thought, like, I should, I did that thing. I just went on and read the one of his poems. I still remember it. It's called First Love. So it really helped me to get that question. That sort
He's
of questions
romantic, by
really
the
help.
way. He's
Hmm?
romantic, by the way.
Oh yeah, yeah. It really helped to get that question. Not many people will get that. So yeah, that really helps.
So,
And
what I understand, Advait, is that net is, you don't clear net because you have completed studying everything. You are only in the process. We are still studying. It's just
yeah,
a beginning, isn't
yeah.
it?
There are a lot of texts and essays and all those things, but you can't, like, fully get a grasp of it. But you have to know what where it falls, and you have to have a really good understanding how is it.
And in the exam hall, it works like magic. All
Yeah,
the extra
yeah.
reading is done, and
Sometimes the rapid fire and all those things really helps. When you look at the questions, it just, like, pops in your mind the answer. I don't know how. And what I think is, what I did was that, uh, always that you would say you should do your own work. I'm just a facilitator, and I believe in that. If you want to achieve something, you want to actively put efforts in it. And what I did was that I was sure I really wanted to crack, JRF. I didn't get JRF, but I went and see for general what was the cutoffs, and I was like, I should score at least 35 to 40 questions from paper one and around 70 to 75 in paper two. Only then I'll get, JRF. And I prepare accordingly. I used to solve previous year question paper, which really helped. Like, if you keep time, just like create a mock test environment, like with the stopwatch or something. It really helps. So that you would be able to manage the time. You'd be
Yes.
really relaxed. That is what I think most of the people, say, like, I didn't get time, or I went all blank. You can create that environment in
Yeah,
your.
yeah, yeah.
It really helps. And also assessing the previous year question paper really helps to study things. There are a lot of things when you look at the question paper. There are a lot of chronologies, and uh, prepare accordingly. If you solve, like, trust me, at least 10 question papers, you will really get to know what the NTA wants from you. Just do
Yes.
that. Trust me, you'll get it. That is what I think. And yeah.
Yeah. So now that you talked about remembering information, cross connecting, I think the time has come to call upon one of our brilliant students who cleared NET with JRF this time, Dan George. Dan was in the D23 batch, December 20, the last batch, and he amazed all of us because he was able to remember a lot of things. Everything was at his fingertips. Before I would ask the question, he will type the answer. Dan, you have to tell us how you remember things. What are your memory techniques? Everybody will be benefited by it. Please talk to us, Dan.
Hello, ma'am. It's nice to finally talk to you and see you all. So, as Advait said, the most important thing is there is an ocean of material. It's impossible to learn everything. No one can learn everything. And it's easy to get overwhelmed. For example, I'm a person who gets really nervous and overthinks everything. So, I can say that attending ma'am's course has been the best way to streamline everything because ma'am tells you exactly what to do and I just had to do it. And what I can say is in memorizing things, it's impossible to go deep into everything. So attending classes is one way of making sure that ma'am tells you exactly what is important. So you don't need to know, okay, should I memorize this? Should I memorize that? Ma'am tells you exactly what you need to learn. And rather than learning new things every day and keeping adding information, the next day, what I used to do is I used to write down everything that I learned the previous day, try to see how much I can remember of what I learned the last day. And for memorizing, you can use fun stories. That's what I used to do. I used to take stories that I learned when I was small and or just invent stories and add mnemonics. You can play with words and create chains, and that's how I usually remember most of the things. And I'm sorry for irritating everyone with all the fast typing. I apologize.
No. Wow. So you were also very consistent and you enjoyed doing all this, I suppose. I can see in all the people who have passed the exam a certain passion, a certain, triumphant overcoming of these hurdles that we all had in the beginning, but not forever. So, what do you think, Sayana? Uh, how do you, how was your method of remembering everything, Sayana? And how did you tackle paper one? It was not only maths, there are lots of things in paper one. Do you have something to tell us?
And I'll be, very honest when I speak. Firstly, my teacher, Dr. Ashley, ma'am, introduced, your videos to me. When I passed out from the college where I studied my undergraduate course, and that was the first time that I came to know about you. And I would like to say an important thing that I noticed: your love for literature. When you are in love, you will do, you will cross the lines, you will do everything. I'd like to share one thing. I still remember you tearing up when you taught us about Milton's Paradise Lost. Your love for literature is something that, will inspire a lot of students.
Yeah.
When I thought, I had it in me, I enjoyed teaching students when I took seminar classes. And I, realized that I had it in me. I had this thing, I need to crack NET. And I'm still a master's student. And as everyone knows, each of us have different learning experience, different backgrounds. We are from different backgrounds. I had a lot of responsibilities and engagements. and I still have. And in between, I had no time to even attend the online classes. So your YouTube videos and the things that you have uploaded helped me in greater ways. And I looked for the paper one classes that was uploaded by Tess in your website, and I used to spend a lot of time in a single question. And when I went through the classes, I realized that there is a method to it. When you attend the class, you will get certain techniques. So it helped me in greater ways. It helped me manage time, and it helped me attend more questions in short time. And it was a really great experience. And as Shilpa said, I'm an auditory learner, and your videos helped me a lot. I used to put your videos in 2x and listen to it again and again. And I used to listen to your videos while I prepare for my MA exams. And also, encyclopedia is a great companion that you can have. Just look at the contents page. You will get an idea where to place the writer, in what era you should place the writer. And you know, only the only external influence that I had when I prepared, I don't exactly prepared. The only external influence that I had was you, ma'am, and I'm really grateful that I found you, and I'm really grateful to Ashley, ma'am, that she introduced you to me. The way you teach, you, treat all your students as a child. When you are in kindergarten, you are an amateur. So you need to be taught. You know the way how to engage your students, how to keep them in a fun atmosphere, how to create an atmosphere wherein we also feel free to interact. So yeah, I find it
Thank you
really
very
way
much.
that I found.
Did my passion for literature even inspire you to take paper one easy and pass paper one as well, or were you already good at paper one?
No, ma'am. I actually would like to enjoy what I do.
Ah,
So I always force me to learn to love what I do.
yeah. That's a very
So
important point. Yeah.
that way, I think I was able. And the most important thing that you need to note is that the questions will be tricky.
Mm.
You need to have an approach. You need to be smarter. When
Yeah.
they play smart, you need to be smarter. I used to rule out the questions, the options.
Yeah.
You'll have an idea. This is not the answer. This is not the answer. So these are the two options that I have. Then I will play with those two options.
Got it. Yes, thank you,
So
Saina.
there are
Yeah.
many methods. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am,
We
can
have,
I say something?
yeah, please,
Uh,
Advait.
yeah. You like what about theory? I used your literary theory text to actually get an idea. I was weak in theory because I couldn't like study a lot of it because I did my graduation in physics and I came to uh, MA English literature yeah. So I didn't get a proper understanding of a theory as such. So it really helped me to get from a net point of view to understand the basics of all the theory schools and all the theory the practitioners and the concepts, and it really helped me. And another thing is that the group study really helps. When you
Yeah.
when you have like a two-person or like one friend of yours with you, you're really accountable for your own time and the other person's time, so that you will put in efforts to actually study and reach your target, your daily target, which really helps. Trust me, it really helps. And another thing. So yeah, the keeping a target. So when I used to do the mock test, like solving paper one and two, I used to keep the target, as I said. As a general, there should be certain cutoff that you must pass. and I got like 204. 208 was JRF cutoff. So I lost by 2 questions. I didn't think about net at all when I was preparing. I was aiming for JRF. I think that's why I got at least this much marks or was able
That's
to clear net. So that's really
aim high. Yeah.
matters what you want. Yeah.
That's amazing. We have another very special person here who did not attend any of my classes, who did not study any of my books either, I suppose. It is Sainath Vishwakarma. Sai is one of the many people who have cleared net and who have got back to us saying, ma'am, because of your YouTube videos, because of the materials you give in the open courses, I have cleared. Thank you. Congratulations, Sai. Please talk to us. What was your strategy and how did you find the exam? Talk to us about it.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Basically, I didn't attend any online course or any offline course, but through the only YouTube videos I could qualify, and I'm really bad at paper one. Paper one is very like a monster for me. It is also. So only because of paper two I could qualify this exam. So in between, I think last year I have got 1 week free subscription on an academy, and I have downloaded all the PDFs from there, whatever you have taught, and I read each and every PDF line by line, and through that PDF I made some important notes and sub questions, right? And of course, PYQ also helped me, and your YouTube video. So I will not say that much here because all of here presenters are scholars, and basically I'm not that much conscious about net in my MA. I have started my preparation only after my MA. So somehow I managed. I don't know that how I qualified, to be honest, but I really required a lot to learn about literature because I'm from Hindi medium student, right? And I have two challenges before me. First, I have to command on language, and then I have to command on literature. So I don't know how managed, but all credit goes to you, of course. And thank you so much. I will not speak a lot here. Thank you so much.
It's not like that. It's not to my credit, Sainath, at all. And also, nobody is like more scholarly or nothing like that. We are all learning. We all had our own different challenges. When I was a student, I had mine. Your challenges are different. That's all. We are all overcoming our challenges. And it's, at least for the people who attend a course, as Advait was saying, there are other students who will motivate you, who can study with you, or there is the teacher who will guide you and push you. But you are a self-motivated person in so many ways, better than all of us, because you did it yourself without anybody asking questions, without having to report to anyone. It is good that you had that perseverance. We really appreciate you. We look up to you, and you are a model. You are an inspiration for everyone.
It is only your greatness, ma'am.
Yes, Fatima.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, since you were talking about how you you were only partially responsible for us passing, I would like to mention one thing if you don't mind. I really hope this is fine. I I remember the one time you gave us a short break, and when we came back into class, we had the offline sessions, right? So when we came back into the class, we saw that you were sleeping for 5 or 10 minutes. You were dead asleep, and that's when we realized how much effort you put into it. Okay, I'm sorry for the pause I gave after that. Oh my god, I really am sorry, but yeah, you were fast asleep, and we didn't want to disturb you. But then you woke up 10 minutes, 15 minutes later. You woke up and you went right back to teaching. There was no other pause but that short break, and
I was so
it's
tired.
time.
I had so much work the previous days and no sleep.
But ma'am, it's times like that that we see the kind of effort that the person on the other side is putting in it, in teaching you, and then you want to reciprocate some of that effort, and you try to study harder so that you do justice to the kind of effort that your teacher is putting in this
I
goes
think
for
at this
you.
point I have to stop you and let Sharadendu speak for some time, and then, if necessary, we'll come to you, Shilpa. Yes.
Okay,
Sharadendu has
so
been a student. Please introduce yourself also.
yeah, so I was in J23. Then I couldn't get even net for some 2, 3 questions. Then I jumped into the batch, which is of 1 year with so many opportunities been offered. So it was tempting with the price also, I must mention. And so from the very beginning, I was pretty much sure about the weaknesses I had in my previous preparation. So what I did is that I had the previous batches recordings. We had classes in the morning. So in the evening, even after every daily course and all, I would play the videos in say 1.5x or something, revising my notes and all. So parallelly, I mean, ma'am was taking her sessions, and in the evening or in the night, I was doing my sessions. And since I was like doing in a speeded manner or something, and I didn't had to cover every video there, so it was exhausted after certain time. So then I started opening Zoom and playing the slides there and teaching myself. Like I would read, I would record, and I would teach myself. So this was the fun, and in that in the very activity, I could very well understand that I was imitating ma'am also, which I shouldn't. So that was the thing. Then ma'am gave a technique of making short stories, basically linking the names of the works one author has written, like sequence wise, and also keeping in mind the chronology from encyclopedia. So I did some also, since I'm a Bengali, I use Bengali words also in between to connect. And then there's a facility in WhatsApp that you can send things to yourself. So I recorded those stuff, stupid stories, and sent to myself. And when I'm traveling, when I'm cooking something or doing any other thing, I would just put on my headphones and listen to them. So all crazy things actually helped. I don't know why this happens that you put in efforts on every intellectual thing, you prepare, you plan, but at the end of the day, every crazy thing, every stupid thing actually works. This is ridiculous. I just couldn't stand it. And I think this craziness got me infected from
That's
ma'am. So
why
yeah,
I keep myself crazy. I believe in it too.
yeah. And yeah, I mean, like there was frustration, there was sleep deprivation, there was, I mean, health not cooperating with you. And then for every instances, I don't know why this lady is there to look up to. I didn't, who knows her story from the back? And I have seen her pictures in Instagram with bald head and all. So this is a person you can
Me,
look to
it's
for
me.
everything.
People are
Yeah.
thinking, who is that lady? We have to follow her.
So everything, and like Fatima was saying, that sleep deprivation or something. So I don't know from where I got this cold war like a situation in my mind that I need to beat this lady in any way. I need to prepare everything before she teaches. Since I have the materials of her, I would cheat her by this way. I would teach myself in this way. And then if I'm feeling low, if I'm feeling okay, okay, ma'am must be doing like teaching some other batch or working on her Indian encyclopedia thing. Let's do it myself also. I should also reach that. Yeah, I could never ever reach that. But yeah, in this process, like if you aspire for 100 kilometer run, at least you end up doing 10 kilometers. So that happened. And God helped also. So everything like fall in place. So yeah.
Yeah, I like that competition that you had with me. I think a lot of people always said this. And one of my techniques that I use, especially in offline matches, I will hurt their ego and provoke them, and they will think I will show her, I'll teach her a lesson and yes. Wow. Yeah, I like that. You
Okay.
should all defeat me and
Okay, I
compete
don't know
in
what's
in a
waiting
good
for my future students then.
way. That's beautiful, beautiful. Uh, so Oh, my dear friends, we have said so many things. Jigisha, what do you have to
Uh,
say?
exactly what Shorodindu said, that your enthusiasm and your energy transfers over the screen. I also felt that. And before giving exams and before going to take any exams, and even now that I am giving PhD entrance interviews and all this, I always look up for the videos, and I pin those videos, or somehow I look up to the videos, or have noted down which number videos. I open the
Yeah.
videos where you have wished us, you have blessed us, you have talked about your blessings, or these things transfers energy to us. I feel in the exam hall that you are with us always, so this helps us a lot.
Only the other day, yesterday, somebody texted me from again, like our Sai. This lady has listened to my YouTube videos, and she says, "Ma'am, you don't know me, but I know you. You are there every day, all the time with me. I'm watching your videos all the time, and you don't know if you will believe. I don't know if you will believe me, ma'am, but I hear your voice. I heard your voice in the exam hall. I hear your voice in my sleep." I said, "Arey, everybody says this. Why wouldn't I believe?" Oh, that is so, I felt so overwhelmed. That is the word. Thank you, guys. But despite all this, it still remains that, oh my God, logical reasoning, Indian logic, ICT, all these things are monsters, like Sai was saying and others were saying. Remember Fatima, everybody. Paper one is fun. And you know what? With one of our new faculty, paper one faculty, we have a team of paper one faculty members, so many of them now, some of them full time. And with Jobin, I'm going to start YouTube paper one classes. It is going to be every Wednesday.
Wow.
Obviously, I'm not teaching, he is teaching, but I will sit
Mhm.
and learn with him.
Okay, I would like to add one more point. Like people, if I mean, if they see my notes on paper one, especially Indian logic and fallacy things, I have made some clip arts and like pictures of cartoons and all to understand that just at a glance. Even for I recall some theories also. Say for example, aporia. Say for example, psychoanalysis things also. I would incorporate pictures, and I recall your Marxism PPTs with animation happening. So that kind of boosted me that okay, so these things can be visual also, other than only reading. So yeah, you need to visualize. If you are good at these kind of stuffs, you can add with your notes and make it a fun thing.
Yes.
Don't exhaust.
Ultimately, if you ask me my philosophy of teaching and learning in one sentence, it should be experiential, it should be engaging, it should come from within us. I can only light a spark. You have to grow it into a fire with which you learn yourself, you understand things on your own, and you outgrow my codes and my methods. It has to be yours. You have to become independent. That is the ultimate sign of a great teacher. You're all going to be teachers, on and off YouTube. Everybody, every one of you, I'm telling you one thing. The ultimate sign of a great teacher is when the student becomes independent of you. The student has to stop saying, because of ma'am I pass, because of ma'am I remember this. That stage is there. But after that, it should become your knowledge. Wherever you go, you remember it. That becomes your method. I wish you all great years ahead. Great, great, great years of learning. And more than learning, mentoring. We have to change this country, dear friends. Let us take an oath this day. We have to change this country. People all around us, whoever comes in contact with you, whoever is your student, should fall in love with their not only paper two, but also paper one. Not only paper one and two, but everything they learn. Learning is not a burden. It is not something you do just for exams, just for passing, and just for getting a job. Learning is something you do because it is your right to learn. It is your responsibility. It is what you are. It gives you perspectives. It gives you the material with which you build your life. That is why we learn, not just because of a NET exam, not just because of a professor's job. A job is not something that you have 9 to 5 and you come home and forget all about it. A job is connection with people, how you help other people, how you contribute to the society, how you make your life meaningful. Isn't it? So that is our philosophy. That's why we are learning. Stop using shortcuts because it will take you a little bit, but you might be stranded. You might, lose your way after some time. So remember that. Yes, Sharadinda, you wanted to say something?
I just wanted to make you a promise on in the live platform that when his encyclopedia for theory is coming out.
I don't have to lie about it. It's actually happening. What is happening in Valat is we have teams of people, R&D people working. One is headed by one person, another is headed by another person, like that. And one team is working on criticism and theory encyclopedia. That is slated to be released after the Indian encyclopedia. But in between, one poor European encyclopedia might come because nobody really wants that European encyclopedia. So in between two amazing encyclopedias, I will put European so that two big brothers, Indian and theory, will carry European encyclopedia also. Like American came in between Indian and British. Everybody wants British, everybody wants Indian. Poor American is crushed in between. Nobody wants American. So I am sure of one thing, all these encyclopedias will come before long because very good people are working on it. Yes, Upasana?
Ma'am, since all we're talking about motivation and being driven by you, I just wanted to add that I was in J23 batch and I couldn't qualify for like 2%. And then I again enrolled in D23 batch and this time I qualified. But I again enrolled in J24 batch because I'm targeting JRF this time. And without your live sessions, that kind of discipline and motivation just doesn't come by. So whoever is looking for a little bit of motivation and discipline should really join the course that's going on right now, June 24th.
Like at the end of the video, the advertisement will come. Please join the course. Upasana, right at the end of the video, has timely given that advertisement. So anybody who wants to join the course can join. Yes, Dan?
Ma'am, I want to say something for all the people who have like jobs and who might not be able to put a lot of hours into it. What I've, from personal experience, noticed is consistency beats any number of hours that you put just mindlessly. Because even if you enjoy and learn and can't wait for a class, and that enjoyment is there, you can study 3 4, but if you study every day and you don't focus on anything else, just you can study and just a few hours every day. I feel like consistency beats any long 10 12 hour study
Yes.
session anytime.
Yes. Yes, Shilpa.
I'll just add a bit onto what Dan said. Uh, More than anything, just be desperate enough. Because what I remember something that ma'am said, that if you're desperate enough for something, you'll definitely achieve it. And from the beginning itself, she just motivated us, and that's all I have to say. Just make sure that you have a target in your mind and do smart work, not do hard work also, but do smart work. And to crack this exam, you just need to be desperate enough.
True. That is why I am desperate. In every batch, I am desperate. I feel scared. I feel emotional. I go angry sometimes because I am desperate. I want you to pass this time, because who knows, next time might not be easy. Next time might even never even come. This time is the best time. So we have had 1 hour of discussions. I'm sure hundreds and thousands of people are going to be inspired by everything that you said. One last minute. Is there anybody who wants to add anything? Sayana?
Ma'am, I wanted to say something. Sometimes when we do something, we think that it is actually harming us, but it can turn out to be a blessing. When I prepare for my MA exams, I will elaborate it with an example. John Gover's Confessor Amandus. I have this tale of Narcissus in my syllabus. What the teachers, like what the examiners, they expect us to do is, to stick on to what they are prescribing and study. What instead, what I would do is, uh, that I will get distracted by certain new informations that I get. And in that manner, I came to know about vox clamantis and speculum meditandus. But in that process, I lost a lot of time in reading a lot of things that are not in my syllabus. But when I attended NET exam, it proved that some extra readings that you do will not harm you, but it will, in one way or another, will turn out to be a blessing. So never hesitate to read more. Never stick on to the syllabus, because
Yes.
it's a it's very limited. You need to, if you crave for more, you should go read more.
Absolutely. It's because your responsibility and right, like I said. Fatima, you wanted to say something.
Yes, ma'am. This might sound like an advertisement, but it's just a word of gratitude. I had to get it in there somewhere. Ma'am, you push yourself beyond human limits to give certain knowledge to us. And it's an ocean of wealth, that knowledge. For us, your voice, it's not a monotone droning in the background. The other person, the students, we don't feel like we are taking direct hits from, a machine gun filled with data. With you, with your voice, there is passion, there is emotion, there are inside jokes. I still remember panels and IPs on deck. You probably spell it out for every student out there who's like me now. And you create codes, you create mnemonics for us. You I just want to say that we have made a very wise choice joining this course with you, and we are lucky to have you as our teacher. So everything that you've done for us, and
Fatima,
everyone
like
out
usual,
there.
is trying to make me cry. I have taken a determined decision this time that I'm not going to cry.
That's okay. Okay. The only thing I'm gonna ask everyone is that do not hesitate to make use of you. I'm sorry for objectifying you out there, but yeah, it's the resources that you provide, ma'am. You are the encyclopedia. No matter how many hard copies you put out there, you are our encyclopedia. And special mention to Princey. Thank you for being you. Thank you. I always hesitate to ask doubts, but with Kalyani ma'am and with you, I don't know. I could text, like everyone out here have been saying. I could text you in the middle of the night and still not, like worry of what you might think. I know that the next day or whenever you open your eyes, I will get my answers. So that fact, I am eternally grateful. That's
Yes,
it.
at Malat, we truly provide 24 into 7 support. That is, and my team is so amazing. Every one of them are all the time there to guide the students and help them. And because we are all like, including me, everybody is feeling like a student. We know your struggles. Yes. Uh, so I think we should end because it's 1 hour and it's very tiring for all of you. Uh, we can't go on and on like this. Thank you, everyone. All best wishes. Love you all. I'll be there. We'll all be there in different ways as usual. This is only the beginning. Okay. Bye bye then. I'll end the session. Bye, everyone. All the best to all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.